my goodness.
We got another special today.
We do.
Some classics.
Yeah, so if you missed our last one, we did I guess I wouldn't say a deep dive. We dipped our toe into the world of Jack Daniels. And I would say it's probably safe to say we're dipping our toe in the Maker's Mark today.
Yeah, just touch. Yeah.
Because to me, this is a brand that has sort of proliferated what they have out there. I mean, forever and ever, it just seemed like it was they had sort of the one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just because I wasn't looking that deep.
Yep.
But lately, man, they're coming out with all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. And it's odd, the little things they'll do with the different staves and stuff, but it changes the complexity.
Yeah.
They're putting out some really good stuff right now.
Yeah, I'm curious if any of you all have tried the cellar aged. I think they come out with a cellar age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's hard to find. I don't really know. Honestly, I haven't hunted it that much. But if any of you all have tried it, is it worth trying to track down? I don't know. Have you had it?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either. So between Jamie and I, we've found a few to dive into today. Actually, we have a few more sitting around between the two of us. So we picked 4 for today. I think the thing about, I don't know this, but does Maker's Mark have a consistent mash bill across the board?
I'm not positive of that.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I do know their classic is like a weeder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, the thing about Maker's Mark is just like Jack Daniels, when we talked about in the previous, especially the old number 7 is kind of iconic. Maker's Mark, definitely iconic. I think with the red wax dripping down. And I haven't been to their distillery, but I've talked to plenty of people who have. They said it's just a cool experience.
Yeah.
You get to dip your own bottle. I mean, okay. I mean, it's fun. I'm a nerd for that sort of thing. So we'll probably go visit Maker's one of these days. But all right. Well, what we got here? We got classic Maker's Mark whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon, 90 proof.
90 proof. Yep.
And again, I heard this recently. I don't know if this is true. That this is the single largest or biggest selling bourbon in the world.
That's what I've heard.
It's probably true, or maybe it's the brand. Whatever. A classic.
I mean, what the nose on it is just.
It's so good.
It checks all the boxes.
I mean, it does have that sweetness, which with a weeded bourbon, you're going to get a little bit more sweetness on the nose, and that's definitely there. Buttery.
I mean, you can make cologne out of this stuff. Sometimes I end up smelling like this, but I digress, and that's another story. But
I'm not going to drink my cologne, so
this is good stuff. I mean, the nose on this is outstanding.
Yeah, it's good. Like this is like if you say I want a bourbon and somebody poured you this, you're going to be pretty happy with what you smell on the nose.
Yeah.
So let's go on the palate. Yeah, the sweetness is there.
Very sweet.
Yeah, it's extremely sweet.
Yeah. The heat doesn't burden you at all.
No.
To me, I know there's guys, a buddy of mine, Kyle Heminger, he loves this stuff.
Yeah.
And he can drink it all the time, and it's just. But I think you'd also be brand new to bourbon, and kind of ease into this because it's soft and it's not overbearing, and there's.
This is a good one. And I think weeders in general. Like my wife, we've talked about Amanda a few times, and she would dive into bourbons with me a while back, but she leaned toward the weeded bourbons, and I think that's a pretty common thing. But if you're just getting into bourbon, I suggest you try something like this classic Maker's Mark, because it's not overly spicy or powerful, or the proof is at a good proof point. It's really smooth, buttery, it's a little bit of sweetness. For me, my taste, it's good. It's too sweet for me.
Yeah, it's awful sweet. I mean, this, and it's so sweet, it's so smooth. You could almost overdrink this until your stomach kind of hurt because
not because you drank too much, but just because you just had too many sweet things for the day. So
I mean,
it's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
All right, so the next one we're getting into is Maker's Mark 101.
Yeah.
Our signature family recipe. bottled at a higher proof.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting some answers here as we're going down the table. So same as this, 101 proof instead of the 90 proof.
Yeah.
Pretty similar on the
I was
nose.
gonna say I can't pull anything different out of the nose.
No.
And I know that we're from a proof standpoint, we're only 11,
Ish.
but
Yeah.
you would think you'd have another note or two possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so far, it's not. I mean, it's still.
Yeah, it's well. I would, if you handed me this, I would just think that this was Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I guess I'll tell you here in a moment. If usually, not always, if two products, one is they just vary by a little bit of proof. Usually, the higher proof is going to have a little bit more flavor notes, but I'll tell you here in a second. So. I don't notice that many differences. Maybe a little less sweet.
I'd say that. I'd say a little less sweet. The heat hits you a little bit earlier. Neither overpowering. I mean,
no,
the heat's not going to hit you. You could interchange these, to John's point, and you would really struggle to kind of say, okay, this is the 101 versus this is the base offering.
I mean, with that in mind, I don't know this, but I'm guessing the 101 is more expensive than. I think I would just buy this one.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, there's not enough difference there for me to say get the 101.
Yeah. Lesson learned. But yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. But anything you're going to do with the base in the 101, they're interchangeable. So you might as well just drink their base offering, which is awful good.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the thing. I mean, it's hard to take the same product and kind of.
Especially if you're only bumping at a few proof points.
If this was 120,
maybe different.
Maybe, but it's
I don't know. All right, let's go to number 3. And is this yours or no? This one.
Yours.
So this is a golden hour craft. This is crafted by Total Wine. So this is a what do they call these? Oh, this has a special stave profile. Oh my goodness.
They're private selection stuff.
Private selection. So this has got 6 baked American pure, 2 seared French cuvee, 2 Maker's Mark 46, 0 roasted French, whatever that word is, and 0 toasted French spice. This one's going to jump up a little bit. So we're at 109.2 proof. But there's a lot of these that are out there. Jamie has one that's sitting over there. That's just a different store pick, essentially. So anyway, let's see what we got here. And as I read, I got this one at Total Wine probably a year or so ago.
Now, this does have a little bit different nose to it.
Very different. I get more oak on this one for sure, or wood. I don't, probably oak, yeah.
And to me, if you go back to your standard bourbon, this kind of has that too. It's oaky, but there is a little bit of a apple to it. The apple.
Yeah, like a baked. We've talked about this a little bit in the past, like a baked apple. Yeah.
Which brings a little bit of cinnamon with it. All those little spices, they're there, and so I do like the nose on this one.
Nose is good, and it is different.
It's definitely different. It's different than the first 2 offerings.
I mean, you can still tell it's Maker's Mark.
You can. Now, to me, the heat is obviously the proof's a little heavier, but the heat kind of hits you a little bit on the front end sooner. To me, the notes from the nose do come into the palate. Those baked goods are there.
Yep.
This is a really good offering. I mean, this is.
The finish is the same way, but the
very different.
The front and the middle is more fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Less sweet, I would say. I mean, there's still that sweetness is there, but it's not like pucker your lips sort of sweetness.
No, this is a really good drink.
I'm going to guess it's the same mash bill, just based on at least the 3 that we've had so far. I guess I don't know that.
If you're interested, the staves, what kind of char were they at? What
kind
of
char?
Yeah, where were we at? But I'm pretty impressed at those staves they kind of swapped out. change it as the way it did.
Yeah, it brings more depth of flavor for sure. Yeah. All right, number 4 in our lineup of Maker's Mark, so let me tell you what it is, and then I'll tell you the short story. So this is a 2023 limited release BEP. And this is 110.7 proof. Stave details 10 virgin toasted American oak staves. And the reason I actually found this, we were in Bardstown, I don't know, a while back, and we stopped at the Talbot Inn, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And there was a young bartender there, and it's like a candy store for at least me. Have you been there?
I haven't.
You need to put that on your list.
Yep.
But the things that they have at their bar are phenomenal. I mean, it's things that you don't find or see. And anyway, the bartender talked me in to Makers trying this BEP, and I always said if I ever find one, I'm gonna try to pick it up. And I don't remember where I found it, but I saw it out in the wild, and I don't think it was crazy, but I picked it up. So
and it's part of their wood finishing series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And this is a 2023, but
yeah, that just goes back. Makers has invested so much time and effort and money into developing their line and expanding their line, and they're hitting home runs right now.
They are.
That is a great nose.
So it's more similar to the third one we had than the first two for sure, because you get more of that oakiness.
Yeah. The oak is the.
But it's not. You could tell. I know I read the label, and maybe it's power of suggestion, but you can tell that it's toasted and not charred. I think.
Yeah.
Because the char has more of
it's deep.
It's more of like a almost burnt. Just think about you got a log out in your fire pit and put that and then the fire's out and you go out there the next day, just pick that up and smell it. That's kind of what char is gonna smell like. Toast is gonna be a little bit different. It's just like the wood's not completely black. It's just got a little bit of burn marks on it. So it's more cinnamony.
The cinnamon's there, yeah.
Cinnamon toast, maybe.
Cinnamon toast is good, yeah.
All right. It is surprising to me.
I think there's a lot of cinnamon on the palate.
Tom, but it's amazing to me how, probably intentionally, Maker's Mark, like this flavor profile, finds its way in all of these.
Yeah.
It's there, but this one's more cinnamony.
Yeah. And it just kind of goes back. If you're like John, a bourbon nerd, we'll call you that. So the staves alone can change the profile so much. I would say the mash bill is probably identical throughout this.
Based on what we're drinking, it's got to be.
Those staves are changing this pretty rapidly from bottle to bottle to bottle. And it is it's impressive. I think that's one of the things that interests me the most about the bourbon world is, the small things that you wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
Change this stuff night and day.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'll confess, I think once upon a time I was kind of, not high on Maker's Mark. I would say I'm sort of middle of the road. I'm not going to go personally. I'm not the person that's going to go out and hunt for a lot of things Maker's Mark. I'm going to have a few things on standby. Now we didn't do it today, but and I still haven't cracked it open. I will one of these days. But that Maker's 46, Jamie says is amazing.
Yeah,
so,
I love it.
Maybe we should have thrown that in, but that's fine. We'll do it another time. But anyway, what do you think? I mean, are there Maker's Mark products that we should be looking for or should be trying and getting into? I'm not disappointed by any stretch. Don't hear that. But my palate just isn't as today on the sweet side. So if you like sweet whiskeys, sweeter whiskeys, this is probably a good brand for you.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, these are after a good meal, holidays, gatherings, family gatherings. You can't beat having a Maker's Mark out there on the table. Especially if you are a Buffalo Trace person, you like that sweeter stuff.
Yeah.
Give Maker's Mark a try. I mean, it's up your alley.
And I think with what we've tried today, I mean, we gradually went up in proof. The flavor, we start to get into some of these different finishes. I think we get a little bit more complexity. but they're all very smooth drinks. They don't, especially these a little bit higher proof.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're drinking their proof.
I don't either. No. I never. I mean, what would we out here?
I think we're at
110.
110.
Yeah,
I think
almost
that one's pretty
111.
close.
Not close to that, really.
No. So anyway, if I don't know, I think we've said all we can say about Maker's Mark right now. So
I agree. Hey, continue to like and share
absolutely
the page. Share it with your friends, your family.
Yeah, send it to grandma.
Yeah.
She might like some Maker's Mark. So anyway, thank y'all.